All right, so Jurassic World Dominion. It got fun at the end. It only started to get funny with thank goodness for Jeff Goldblum. Because there's a point in time where the redhead in the beginning needed to be funny with a comedic line of like, you're the best version of you. And then she's like, what was that? Let's just pretend that didn't happen. I swear to God, that's exactly how she said it. And I'm like, could anyone have directed you to be like a little more comedic with that line if you're trying to make that moment funny? Like, we're just gonna pretend like that didn't happen. Like, come on, right? Like, I don't know. It was fun. I get that the hand holding starts to become its own joke, where it's a lot of hands up in the air. And there were so many people getting up to go and like leave out of the theater to just come back with like refills of popcorn because I feel like maybe they were bored. Like, I don't know, you guys. I mean, at the end, with the T-Rex and the fucking apex predator, that part was very cool. Like the T-Rex and the other, I don't know what that dino is called, they work together and they kill the apex predator. But it is so short. There was no really epic dinosaur fighting scenes, really. I mean, it was like over all of them were like just like done. It was like 20, 30 seconds of time, and then it'd just be like, okay, I guess that was the dinosaur fight, huh? And I feel like it could have been way more epic and cool. I also just think it could have been a lot funnier. They were obviously trying to be funny. I think I just spit on myself. I'm a little too worked up. I had a fun time, but it makes me mad because there's times where at the end, you're like, this is funny. I think they were trying to be funny. And in the beginning, there's so many missed opportunities. And it did make it for a little bit of a drag in the beginning where you're like, what tone are they going for? They don't know, and they're not hitting it hard enough, obviously. And the biggest thing to me, you guys, oh my God, I can't believe I haven't gotten to this yet. I'm just sitting here blabbing, is that the biggest thing that bothered me is that every time somebody spoke about something, they stopped doing what they were doing to then have a dialogue. And I'm like, why didn't they just keep moving? It would be so much more interesting if they just had the conversation. I'll give you an example because I can't remember all the examples, but it happens a ton in this movie. When Laura Linney, Sam Neill, and the girl are in the tunnel, and the girl goes like, so where are your guys' kids? You guys don't have kids? And, Laura's like, yeah, I have two. And she's like, not together? And they're like, nope, we're just friends. Yep, we're just friends. They had to stop, turn around, talk to each other to have you're in a tunnel and you're kind of scared. Couldn't we have done a tracking shot where you just see the girl with the flashlight? She's like, so do you guys have kids? And they're like, nope, not together. Yep. And then you zoom in on Sam and he's like, yeah, no, we're just friends. And then there's Laura again, still walking, still doing the thing that you're doing, but saying the lines. Like, why? There's so many, I wish I had a better memory, but there's so many examples where they sort of like stop doing an important thing that they're doing to have a conversation or have some sort of expositional dialogue where it's like, here, take this. And I'm like, why did they stop walking? Why did they stop walking for her to hand him off the thing? And also, why does he have to have the thing and not her? Like the secret entry thing? I don't know. It's just these little things, they bother me. I'm like, speed it up. It should just be real life. If you're going to give him the thing because you don't want to have it, fine. But be walking to the thing. You're on a time limit, 30 minutes. You got to get down. You got to get a locust sample. We don't need to stop to go, take this. And then keep Nope, we're just going to walk. You're going to walk to those elevators you're not supposed to go in. You're going to hand it over and say, take this at the last moment. You're going to jam it in, and then we're on a time limit to get the locust sample. Okay? Like, oh my God, it's just, I just don't understand how no one had the note to like, can't we just like keep doing the thing that they're doing? Then we'll have like the dialogue while they're doing it. That's just me, guys. That's just me. That's just me. I think it, you know, it does a pretty good, does a really good, pretty good, really good, pretty good. I don't know what I'm saying. There's a rattling in my car right now. Do you hear it? Rattle? No rattle. I think I'm losing my mind. Who does a good job of that right now, currently, because it's just fresh in my brain, is Stranger Things. Does a really good job of taking the characters in action, and through the dialogue, they're saying dialogue as they're doing stuff. They're not stopping and wasting time to go, wait, they have to say these things, so we need to stop, we need to hold them. Then you guys can go back to whatever you're doing after we say some stuff. It's like, no, they just have them in the action saying stuff, which I think it makes it way more entertaining, moves up the timeline and the pacing. And I think the reason that this has gotten like not such great reviews is I feel like the pacing was not as great as it could have been. I think it could have been picked up in the beginning. And yeah, sure, the great action scenes that were all shown in the trailer, by the way, were great. They were fun. I love looking at dinosaurs on screen. It's so cool when you see a T-Rex eat a guy. I'm like, that's the coolest thing. That's so cool. And I love seeing them on screen, but there wasn't a great emotional attachment that I had, like when watching, obviously, like Jurassic Park. It makes you feel something when you see them. And like, I get that we're walking into a world where dinosaurs are there, but I still didn't really feel anything when I first saw the dinosaurs on screen because of the way that this was like presented to me in the beginning. The time that I did feel something was at the end, when you see the horses join in with the dinosaurs and you hear the dialogue where it's like, we have to learn to live together type of a deal. And I really enjoyed that ending. I did. I was like, that's a dope ending. And I like the shots of just the whale dino, I don't know the name of it, with the humpback whales. And I'm like, oh, it's such a beautiful shot. And it's a great way to like end the movie. But everything that sort of preceded it, I mean, number one, thank God for Jeff Goldblum and his comedic ability, because no one else seemed to have any in this movie. And you know, all the actors are good. I don't know. There's a way that I think it could have been a lot better, and to make the audience care more. Cause I still think it was fun, but there was, in the beginning, I was a little like, why is this corny right now, where I don't believe them? Like, it's not like fun corny, like, ha, this is so corny. It was like, this is melodramatic and corny right now, right? That's how I felt in the beginning. And I mean, it got better. And I'm not like shitting on it. It made me frustrated because it's such a cool franchise. Like, everybody freaking loves Jurassic Park. I mean, cool people love Jurassic Park. And I don't know. They just sort of they fell off. They fell off here, I think, in this one. And I wish they hadn't. There was a lot of redeeming moments, just not enough great moments together to make a really great movie, which I think they could have done. And I get it. It's still enjoyable for audiences, right? You're like, I would still pay to see it, just knowing like, I'm going to see some cool fight stuff with some dinos, and that's going to be worth my money. The rest of it, in regards to like, great plot, great story, great acting, altogether, not necessarily. They didn't hit it out of the park, and they could have. I feel like they could have. Man, though, the T-Rex at the end, when it's like on his eye, and you're like, yeah, he's not dead. He can't be dead. I was like, there is no way the T-Rex just lost. I can't deal with this. I'm gonna leave here so angry. And then when he gets up and he succeeds with the other dino, I was like, thank you. We at least have that. Right? Anyway, none of the actors were bad. I don't know. It was like pacing, the direction, some of it, the way it was shot. That's it. That's all I got for you. I still love Jurassic Park, and I'll always go see all of the movies, no matter what. And it still was fun, but I get why the reviews aren't so great. But hey, at least we still got to see some T-Rexes and some dinosaurs on screen, man. I'm like, just please make these movies forever, but like try to make them a little bit, like just like a little bit better, you know, like maybe a little bit funnier. It's hot. It's getting hot. Sun's shining. I'll show you my view real quick. That's my view from the parking garage that I am currently in. And that's all I got for you, Idiot Army. Have I been looking at the wrong side the whole time? Nobody knows. Here is where the camera is. Yeah, well, it's hot. I love you, Idiot Army. That's all I got. And I'll see you on the next one.